It's funny how much things can change after one moment. My dad took a job in Mexico, but he was able to ensure that the rest of my family could stay here. So he went on his own to provide for us. Because of the move, my dad missed a big chunk of my adolescence. Car rides to rehearsals, cram sessions for math class, school plays. It was almost like an early 2000s movie where you look over all of the seats and one of them is empty and it says Tiffany's dad on it or something so that you know that he couldn't show up. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It was just like that. Nevertheless, we were lucky that he could come home on the weekends. He would grill meats. When it was warm, we would all swim. And then he'd always leave the same way. He would walk into my room and we'd exchange, "Good night, I love you, bye." And then early the next morning, he would leave again. "Good night, I love you, goodbye." Almost like a cycle that never ended. Good night, I love you, goodbye. 5 years passed. We thought he'd be transferred back here after 3, but that wasn't the case. Good night, I love you, goodbye. In a blur, spring break of my junior year rolled around. My dad took vacation days to spend time with us. "Hey, Dad, I was invited to a barbecue. Please make sure to wash your hands as much as possible while you're there. This virus thing is becoming a really big issue. People are dying. Just be careful, please. I know I will have to be with my flight tomorrow and everything." "I will, Dad. I will see you on Saturday. Good night. I love you. Goodbye." Yeah. Little did we know that all of a sudden the world would start to move in slow motion. "Hey, Mom, I'm home." "Oh my God, they canceled all of them." "Mom, what are you talking about?" "Your dad's flight. He won't be able to go back to Mexico for a while." And he really didn't. I was so conflicted. This was the first Monday he had spent with us all year, but because of the pandemic, I'm stuck inside, but with my dad, who I haven't gotten to see very much of. Nights started to shift. They slowly just became, "Good night, I love you." Grilled meats became way more frequent of a meal. I was able to get a whole year, 12 whole months with my dad. But more recently, while we were all at the dinner table, I realized something. Soon the year will end, and I will walk the stage with my cap and gown, and my mother will cry, and he will yell like the loud, prideful Latino he is. But one day I will be the one hopping on the plane, and I will be the guilty one for all of the time being lost. But maybe that was okay, because I just felt so lucky. The pandemic was hard, but at least my dad was there to get it through it with us. I was just so glad that I got to spend so much time with him before I leave. And I hope that it won't be too difficult for me when it is my turn to say, "Good night, I love you, goodbye."